person on your left you're still here. Tell the person on the right you're still here. Tell the people in the back you're still here. Tell the people in the front. Now tell yourself that you're still here. You can't keep holding on to things from the past. Let it go and let God. Let it go and let God. I don't got time to be fighting.
Because it's okay to say no. Because you can turn your nose into your strength of yes. Yes, I took my power back. It takes a village. It takes a team. So when I said I'm switching it up, I want everybody to leave here today buying something from somebody. I want everybody to leave here with somebody's number. I want everybody to leave here promoting somebody else on their social media.
Entering a city within the city. It's not a physical place. It has no borders. It's rather an hallucination inhabited by tens of thousands of kids. A dark, obscure, and brutal place, hidden inside many plastic bottles. If you open them and sniff what's inside, you'll wake up in a world of zombies.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know the word, but I'm so flowing right now. I'm in the spirit, vibing. That's just like knowing that to accept something is to believe in it, but to know something is to live it. It's hard to explain because it's like when you know, man. It's like you ain't gotta explain that. It's period. You only try to explain stuff that's manipulation. You got to program them all because what's natural is a natural flow of stuff. Like when you actually playing basketball with somebody, you understand? Like you picking up a pickup game. I mean, if people know how to play, everybody playing their position. Instead of motherfuckers trying to be a point guard and the damn center and he trying to play it all, then the game ain't gonna really work how it's supposed to work. But if everybody see what everybody can do and everybody know how to utilize that as one team together playing this ball, boy, that thing would be magic. You ain't even have to know this person. You just the chemistry, just being there. People got to be able to, be able to experience some of these things, man. To actually hear it. If you ain't never experienced being in the team sports and feeling it, or actually being in the, even in the a cipher, rap battle, or coming together or making beats with somebody, it's like you don't have to force it. It's just there. It's the chemistry. But when you have to force it, then somebody they got an agenda, bro. They trying to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? that just point blank there. But when y'all flowing, boy, everything bounce right back off of each other. Everything complimentary to one another. It ain't no tension. Everything complimentary to everything you doing. You compliment that person compliment you. The agenda is for us to grow. It ain't my agenda. It ain't your agenda. It's the agenda to grow. So everybody going together. You understand what I'm saying? Like once you try to singlify, when you are an individual, let's know that. When you sleep and you wake up on your own. You know what I'm saying? You might wake up next to somebody. They might wake up with you. But you can't feel when they wake up. Only if you can feel when they wake up. You understand what I'm saying when I'm trying to tell you something? It's a difference. Different levels in life and different levels of understanding and different levels of awareness. Because like when you was young, you did stuff the long way. And you might even take you the short way, but you had to learn the long way to appreciate the short way. So anything happens, you know how to take the long way to make the short way. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you break something and you don't know how to put that thing together, then or you just know the shortcut, then you just gonna be all you gonna be doing is using crazy glue and duct tape. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know how to unscrew that thing and do the wiring and have to you might have to something burnt down and you have to replace it or something. Or back modification, regeneration. You know what I mean? So it's like the program and the projection is on you, straight up. And I take that to the dream world, to my life until I leave this spot. Because ain't nobody, I can say all the stuff that I'm watching, because they let you know that when your body rests, when you do dream, it's almost like a world upside down, backwards in certain ways, and then your body is taking, everything that you done been through in the dream world and projecting it through there, and it may look nothing like what's going on this plane. You know what I'm saying? But it's how your mind and your body interpret what's going on in that realities. You know what I mean? So that's how you know from that point, you the one. So you allow somebody to crack into your projection and your programming, because you have to reprogram yourself. Everybody know that when they come up to being aware. You got to be reprogrammed, period. That's what the point is of being born again. And, if you want to be programmed again, then, you go through those systems. Because the universe got you. Boy, the universe got you all by itself, man. You think they need these other people and somebody next to you, another human like you, same thing you got? Put pants on, legs, socks, eat just like you in it, but they running your life because they smarter than you, they're more intelligent than you, or they more tapped in than you, they more connected to the universe than you. Like, what's going on? All us here, all as one, right? But one thing I know, the projection ain't to help. It's to tear down. This projection is crazy. I see, man, it was going on murdering, killing, raping, robbing, and it don't make sense. And then, okay, and then you look and you make this stuff available for people. You look at it. You make this stuff available for people that they need. People need jobs, right? And say, for instance, you see 90% of the people working out of 100. There ain't gonna be too many robbery and stuff going on, because them 90% gonna be protecting themselves from them 10%. You know what I'm saying? That's just a small amount of people to protect from 90%. Police department, fire, everything. That's how it is. Then you got control, you know what I mean? You controlling your, but if you got 10% of everybody working and 90% of everybody out there, man, hey, boy, that's a little bit too much to be trying to protect. You know what I mean? And it's a revolving door, bro, in certain situations. When you look at free labor and how this stuff was built upon, the projection and the programming. I can, for 10 to 20 years, I ain't never had to pay a person nothing. Probably longer than that. I'm just giving you the 10 to 20 years of just accumulating money and resources without paying it out. Like, what would you become? A typhoon? Like, what would you become? Now, if you ain't had to pay, and then you actually work people to death. Like, you actually work people to death. Like, it ain't no, like, I'm just saying, no, you actually work people to death. You ain't trying to make sure that people got no food or the health benefits in it. See, they learned the game. Look at what's going on, man. We still in slavery. It just look good. It just look good, bro. It just look good because they found out that they can use us a little bit more, man. Because people got minds too. They got brains. They got universities, and they're like, man, we killing a whole lot of information could be coming through these little vessels. Because everybody is being programmed, but everybody still got their own resource. Everybody got this source of while they heart beating and their brains, like, your brain go out. It ain't mean mine's gonna go out. Everybody connected to that source though. on their own individually, and they getting the information individually from them sources. But what this world is not allowing the information to come about out each individual, they're making dummies and clones of one person. They not letting everybody be individuals, bro, to the max. Come out with the technology and the information. If they allow that to happen, this would be a utopia of freaking real thinking people. And I'm always gonna consider this for everybody saying they're a part of God in the church and da. I just don't see it, because I don't see no geniuses coming from nowhere over there, bro. Well, they put them in geniuses left and right, bro. Not nobody just talking. I'm talking about creating. It's like the cotton gin. I don't see no creativity coming out of the church, bro. Period. Other people, they invent stuff, and when they kill, anytime you invent something, they kill you. It's a dude, what's up? I gotta really look it up. He was an ex-officer or something. Dude learned how to run the car with water, man. A car off of water, bro. Because I know steam back in there, but I think it was a whole nother thing here, man. Emotion or something. But this, he dead. Gone. Look at that. So, man, anytime somebody come out with something, so y'all need to come up as a group of the church. Because, see, what y'all got going on ain't what they had going on back in the day when I did the research in the gang. They wasn't going into them buildings, jumping and hollering and screaming and doing all that crazy stuff. They was in planning and strategizing how they gonna get from up under these people, and they allowed us to get this building. So guess what? We finna plan and strategy until they had that white man standing over there, that shoulder and telling what the now y'all got the book. Now that's what we want y'all to be teaching out this book. You understand what I'm saying? Like, do y'all history research, man. It ain't come out like that, boy. We was inside them buildings, coming together, planning and strategizing how to be our own people and how to conquer this situation we was in. It wasn't none of that we shall overcome kumbaya cop. But that's what y'all done created. Now you can't fight the man. Y'all together now. You done came together. There ain't no separation. You don't even know who the enemy is no more. Your own people became the enemy, man. It's body snatchers for real. Especially when they started using us against us. Oh, Lord, that was crazy. There was no police. Just look at it. Yeah, white back. Was just no police, no deputy, none of that. Everybody was just one. And the next day, they deputized the other color. They came in the neighborhood with his badge, and it felt good for a minute. Everybody knowed each other. Infiltration was a must. Infiltration, the program, the projection. This is what this is about, man. It's amazing how you can not see, but you can see and let somebody see for you and tell you how to see. That's the crazy part. And I would blame when I was younger. I never was a person that like get attached to stuff. Like, try to follow other people. I was just my own little homie. I probably had cousins. We grew up a lot of families, so I ain't really had to run around with friends and none of that, because I had a whole bunch of cousins and we stayed clicked up. We always stayed around each other. The cousins, we stayed and spent the night with each other high. Friends in the neighborhood, so each neighborhood that we was a part of, we had friends in all those neighborhoods, so that's why I became popular and known around from Optical, Overtown, from River City to the Bunch Park, everywhere, everywhere, Overtown, the Bath, Brown Sub, Liberty City, Poker Bean. I'm from Miami, Dade County 305, you feel me? And I ran up West Palm Beach and Orlando and South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia. Mom, dad, they had us traveling around when we was younger. You know what I mean? Seeing different, environments. And one thing that I know that I missed out my life, that projection of learning how to forage from the world, from the earth itself. Now, so we've been to agriculture school and stuff, learning how to grow crops and learning about the animals, the cows, and things of that nature. You know, I mean, like, but it's like to actually be like an Indian, like a warrior, like somebody who know the earth, know the land. You can hear rumbling, know when it rains, smell the rain. You know, we like the birds, know when it's gonna be a storm, see how stuff move around. Man, we don't know shit. You know, excuse my lingo, but that's crazy, man. That attachment from the earth and the land, that's why I be seeing how some people break away and become hermits. They break away, they don't want to be a part, because that's not their journey. They're like, man, I ain't on trying to be no rapper, no actor, athlete. They got their potential. I mean, over mad, but they feeling like there's something greater than just doing this kind of stuff. And people, they knowing it. It's like it's something that they blinding us from. They not allowing us to see the natural way of thinking, because you being programmed to think. But who think naturally? Like naturally, like nobody ain't had to really. Babies do. They don't be programmed. They just see stuff. That's one thing I can tell you. That's why they got to keep on. That's why they got to capture that baby from preschool to, from the babysitter to the preschool to the, taking the daycare. They got them kids all the way from and they got a program for them. They get the books and the program and B, C, D, E, F, G. You all on tone, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, they took us through everything. You know what I mean? They took us through the ringer. And then you got to look at the programs. You understand? Look up what we was looking at when we growed up. I'm back in was raised in born in the late 70s, raised in the 80s, lived in the 90s, 2000s, or beyond. But it's like the programming when you look back at it. All the cartoons that you actually used to look at when you was growing up. And look at the programming. You look back at them cartoons, some of them be perverted. Sometimes you remember you was watching the cartoon, but you was just into the colors and the music. You really wasn't paying attention to what the message was until you got older. You understand? Middle school, high school, you understand? DuckTales, you know what I mean? Different levels of Care Bears, and people go as far as back as when they actually was projecting love. You know what I'm saying? In the movies, they was projecting love. On film, they was projecting togetherness. They was projecting if it was going to be a Martian attack, how we should come together as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at certain neighborhoods, how you might have a runt. He running around the neighborhood, but everybody love him because he go get stuff for people. He know everybody. You know what I mean? He like to run around and play. You know what I'm saying? And the neighborhood take care of the neighborhood, right? But then you got the community. It's a difference. Now put a community and a neighborhood right next to each other, bro. Just do it. Just get the program. Majority of people who are in the community, guess where they work at? And where they stay at? They stay inside their community. They stay and work in the community. That's why, by the spring, I watch and see. The white work right there. But just before that, El Portel. This is certain areas that people know. You can say Brickell. Yeah, Star Island. You got certain people, they don't gotta go nowhere. Everything right here. But anytime you're in the neighborhood, you got A-Rod, he don't stay nowhere over here. He stay somewhere in Western. He just come over here, post up it's a neighborhood. This ain't no community. So you got A-Rod that work in their own community. They don't gotta go nowhere. You know what I mean? But you got these neighborhoods and you got these communities. You learn the difference. Look at the programming. Look at the programming when you put you in school. Look at the programming, the outcome. You understand what I'm saying? When you actually look back at your life and you want your kids, or you actually want somebody you love to go through these things, when you really understand and recognize that you are your own boss, but you'll rather let somebody boss you around? Just imagine. You know what I mean? It hurts in many ways, but every man and every woman, we had a family-owned business. Look where all that energy going. I'm talking about to the capacity where this how you working, but you gonna get more. You know, when you work in your own business, you know how to put in more. You have more responsibility to control your own destiny. But when you're putting in somebody else's hand and you giving them an opportunity how to talk to you, how they gonna disrespect you, how they feel, how they should treat you. And my granddaddy, he already know, he already see it, like, you know, I ain't know none of that. Each and every job I play my role, but I don't play pussy, you know. Excuse me, my language. I'm gonna do everything that I need to do as a person who has. One thing I tell mothers, and I learned this because it's a mentality thing. I don't care who it is. I work with you. You're my employer. Now that wordplay, that's how you want to play it. How I project my situation and work for the Jew, I don't care. I told them in their face, I don't work for you. I work for my family. I get up every day, work for my family to come home and bring home. How I can't work for you in there? You can't have two masters. I'm one man thing. I master myself. So guess what? I work with you, but I work for me, and that's my mentality. So that means that if you think a certain way, you're gonna get a certain feedback. You understand what I'm saying? When you working with somebody, man, that feel good. But I'm working for you, nigga, I feel like a slave. I had to change that mentality because I don't feel like I'm working for you. I feel like I'm working for that little baby who can't defend herself. You understand? Who can't get up and she might go in the refrigerator and eat, these damn baby climb up in your These baby doing they see what they want to see, and get what? And that cartoon projected with what is projected to that baby, and what that baby doing instead of when you was a kid. Just look at it. Just look at it. And just more technology out here. When you was a child, you tried to copy some of the things you seen on them cartoons, bro. Let's just tell the truth, man. Even if you try to eat a fake burger made out of dirt, you know, make mud pies, you know. You thought if you really ate the fruit, this fake fruit, that you might can eat it and it might be real the time you bite it. It's just imagination. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like when they can tap into your imagination and just make it where it's not attached to your reality. They just saying it's an imagination, but they can pop into it with Pringles and you know, and have a Pringle with legs and feet and eyes. That's the imagination, but the Pringle is just a freaking potato chip. But they don't imagine that them chip done jumped out the box and you know, and running from you, and you want to eat it. You understand what I'm saying? But that's just projection of your imagination. You understand what I'm saying? So just imagine that advertisement that came from you. You understand what I'm saying? But they told you how to think. They told you how to listen. They taught you all these things. But then you got certain people who can't see traditionally. They can't hear traditionally. So you know that shit ain't really working. You know what I'm saying? It's flaws in the game. So you can see that. Hold on, man. This nigga can't see it. He handling his business. Motherfucker. So how I gotta always see some shit, huh? This he came up here and he feeling this shit. Vibration. Nigga, I came up with the Deaf Boys at school, Miami Central, man. Them boys got beat out of me. They came in here, bro. But they can feel it. Boom, 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 hey, boom, boom, boom. Them boys talking, you hear me? You hear me? And them boys run their life in a whole nother way, and you can't program them a certain way because they already they now whole in a way where you can control them in a certain way. They program is already like a glitch. They still good now, but you can't program them because their ears don't work. You know, so they ain't listening to the bull crap. They actually listening to the vibration and how you feel. You know what I mean? So it's like being deaf. It's like almost being deaf is almost a blessing in certain ways, bro. Like, curse, you can't hear what the motherfucker saying, but guess what? The first communication wasn't even much listening or hearing. It was looking, watching. It was body motion, body movement. And then we turned our emotions into sound. So don't think that we spoke something and you had to do the shit first. You ain't never did it, but you got a name for it? No, man. It's like a dance. You just created a dance and now you named it. You can't say, I got a name for a dance that I ain't never made. You move a certain way. Oh, shit. Angle went that way. Ooh, it shit remind me of doing the helicopter. You know what I'm saying? This how this stuff play out. And do what you correlate it to something that you seen in your reality. You ain't finna make up what it damn. It's gonna correlate to something that's in reality. Now, you know, some people tapped into other reality. That's why you can get Spielberg and people love to dream. You know, they go into them other universes and stuff and bring it back to this, projection. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just here to let you know, man. It's alive, and body snatchers, mind control. Just be the mind control. Yeah. Control your own mind. We gotta break out of it's easier said than done. I'm gonna tell you that, boy. It's hard, man. It's hard because you're so used and you've been programmed for so long, bro. So it may take more longer. That's why some people don't hit.
Boss Up Visual Podcast offers media services for reasonable price quotes, created to aid the urban community with marketing services for your business, products, or services. Book your interview or ad by emailing bossupvisualpodcast@gmail.com or simply fill out the contact form. Boss Up Visual Podcast is geared towards business and life topics, teaching individuals how to build wealth, make smarter financial decisions. Boss Up Visual Podcast is hosted by Shakita Days and Derek Days, founders of Derek Denzel Days II Corporation. Sometimes looking at life and business from one person's perspective or type of group can be misleading. Teaching you how to stay bossed up in the competitive world. A visual podcast shows step up, raise your standards, and for the direction of your life. Boss Up Visual Podcast features sub-segments hosted by business leaders, authors, coaches, and individuals looking to expose their brands. Become a VIP listener, get access to rewards and more by subscribing.